Are you ready? You got your thing ready? Well, it's here. That'll be good enough. Keep it turned down or something if it doesn't work. Keep looking around. Over there. Showtime. I've got a tiger by the tail, it's plain to see. I won't be much when you get through with me. I'm losing weight and turning mighty pale. It looks like I've got a tiger by the tail. I thought the day I met you as well, just kind of fit my dreams and plans. Now the life we're living went from myself, and it looks like I've got a tiger by the tail. I've got a tiger by the tail, it's plain to see. I won't be much when you get through with me. Turning mighty pale. It looks like I've got a tiger by the tail. Well, they do. I mean, look at them, both dark-haired, both kind of oily guys. Can you tell them apart? Now, let's be honest. Well, they're wearing sort of, I should like study their costumes for, oh, I'm sorry, he's not Brother Cleve, he's Aldi Panchu. Oh, I'm sorry. I made a big mistake. I've got a tiger by the tail, it's plain to see. I won't be much when you get through with me. I'm losing weight and turning mighty pale. It looks like I've got a tiger by the tail. Thank you so much. Yeah. All the woman I believed in turned out to be deceiving. She almost beat my whole heart to death. a hanging tree. But please, don't let that woman get me. Tie me up on the railroad track, drown me in the deepest sea. But please, don't let that woman get me. Here we go. Time to introduce the boys in the group once more. Brother Cleve on the piano. Grease, Lightning, Lou. The fans are looking at you. Grease, Lightning, Lou on the guitar. So beautiful. So fine. Thumping those pagan skins. I know it stirs the primitive emotions in me. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dennis McCarthy! You're thinking, what? He's made some terrible photo mustaches like that.
Alone and forsaken, so blue I could die. I just sit here drinking till the bottle runs dry. To try and forget you, I turn to the wine. An empty bottle, a broken heart, and you're still on my mind. An empty bottle, a broken heart, and you're still on my mind. An empty bottle, a broken heart, and you're still on my mind.
Girls, the king!
Thank you very much.
No, truck driving. Okay. No, well, you know, it's hard to decide when you have a limited amount of time what to do. But we've made a decision. I woke up this morning and Oh, no, calm down. Wait a second.
Let's do one you know.
It's clear that we're perfectionists.
Well, it ain't the guitar, it must be your mouth.
I figured it is. No, this is hard. I mean, there's a lot of stuff here in your mouth and the pint of no return. Shut up. It's not as easy as it might look.
You do
truck driving man. Yeah. Now you kids don't try this at home, all right? I stopped at a roadhouse in Texas. There was a little place called Hamburger Dens. Ah, that old there was another king. It's hard to believe, I know.
Hey, what are you telling me?
No. He's a lot older than you.
Hey, what are you
No, there was another king. Come on up here, son. No, well, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to bring up now,
Not the previous king.
the former king. A lot of people probably thought, well, he was dead. But no! 87 years old and can still play. So good. Oh, but he needs a hose to plug it in. Nice. We got an extra. We got to find an extra hose because. Well, he's got a hose. But I suppose y'all knew that, didn't you?
He didn't live to be 87 without his hose.
Oh no. Look how well preserved he is for 87 years old. It is truly amazing.
Support hose.
And like I say, a lot of people, this was the first king of country music. It's his dad. No, that's true. This is his dad, and yet they look the same age. Why is that? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because they both indulge in the pint of no return. And we'd like you all to do the same. You can pickle yourself with this, live to be as old as Bill Tupper, and still look good. What? He needs it. Let's go. To keep young looking, to keep fresh looking. Is that good? No. Ladies and gentlemen, the king.
Hi.
And the king.
Hi.
The first king, Mr. Dave Shibler, everybody. And I guess now I'm revealing no secret that this is his son, Kit Shibler. He changed his name to Dennis. He didn't want to cash in on his dad's legend.
That's the middle name.
So now we've got two kings. It's kind of sweet, isn't it? And we're going to play a song that they both wrote together when little Kit was 10 and little Dave was 40. Are you boys ready? Everybody sing along. Pass it around. Please, if your package for squeezing. Well, the T-Man hunting for a place where he made his brew. They were looking, trying to book him, but my package came home for you. White light. Oh. Face turned blue. Lights started flashing, thunder started crashing. White light. Well, the T-Man revenue sea were hunting for a place where they made it through. They were looking, trying to book it, but the happy came on looking. Get ready. White light. words as he hit the ground. Just let it soak in like a big warm tongue. What do you say? No, say it again. Do it good. White lightning. White lightning. So much for coming down. I'd like once again to introduce the boys, the gentlemen of the orchestra. On the piano, fabulous Brother Cleve, also known as a.k.a. On the beautiful, vintage Esquire. From the deep south, Bronx. Oh, Grease Lightning Lou! Turn your attention thusly. Look how beautiful. Look how fabulous. Aren't you glad you're here to hear him? On the drums, Dennis McCarthy! Ladies and gentlemen, I think this is probably the only time you'll ever see a father and son double bass combo. Both kings of country music. The current king, bass is so hard. Look how thick those strings are. The king, Mr. Kent Shibler Dennis. And the grand old man of country music. Ladies and gentlemen, I think you should just lose your mind right about now. The king of country music, go ape.
Hey, Pat.
Yeah?
I think it's time to stop the charade, don't you? Hey, was only here because Mama told them that they had a salad bar. Let's cut the shit, will we?
The word's out. He only heard there was a salad bar. He came down for the food. The king of country music, Dave Shibler!
And on the vocals, directly from the back hills of Kentucky, do you adore the man whose entertainment for you means more than anything possible in life itself? The one, the only, the greatest, at Country and Western Night at the Middle East, March 14th.
Every month we have a noise show, and next month will be Laughing Academy and a new band called Khaleesi. Come down to that one too, you have fun. Khaleesi, K-A-L-L-I-S-T-I. Khaleesi, former band members of Mind Grinder. And there'll also be a little acoustic music from Jody and Mac, members of Scruffy the Cat and the Trojan Ponies. And of course, Francis DiMenno will be here too, and I'll be here too. So hope you will be too. Bye.
Understand the burden and blessings of freedom. Let them say, we stood where duty required us to stand. Let them know that together we affirmed America and the world as a community of conscience. The winds of change are with us now. The forces of freedom are together, united. And we move toward the next century more confident than ever that we have the will at home and abroad to do what must be done, the hard work of freedom. May God bless the United States of America. Thank you very, very much.